Welcome. Okay, we are now starting a new unit, and we're going to be talking about cells.
Woo! What's a cell? What's a cell?
Okay, cells are the basic unit of all life.
Huh? What's that mean?
Okay, well, I know we talked about how there's biochemical elements and everything has atoms and molecules. Carbon, yeah. But the basic unit of life is one cell. If you could break this cell, but it would no longer be alive. So the basic unit of life is the cell. Ta-da! And let's talk about some of the different organelles of the cell.
What's organelle mean?
Well, it's kind of like organ, except cells don't really have organs, but they're like organs, so we call them organelles.
So they're like little parts of the cell?
Yeah, they're like little parts of the cell. Very good. So let's talk about the first little part of the cell. We're going to talk about the nucleus. And could you show us where that would be on their drawing?
Now remember, you should be following along on your drawing on your notes. So we're going to start off right here with the nucleus. And if you can see on your paper, it's going to be this organelle right here in the center of this picture.
Now, the nucleus contains the genetic material, that's DNA, which would be in the chromosomes, the genes, stuff like that. And it also helps to direct the functions of the cell. Not exactly like a brain, but similar a little bit to the brain. But the genetic material is the most important part. Okay, the next thing we're going to talk about is here. Flip one over here. Let's do what we're going to talk about. The
we got
vacuole. The vacuole is like a giant empty bubble, except that it has stuff in it. It has things like, well, in fact, here's some vacuoles and things here. It has, food and water and, the waste products of the cell, and that's where it stores it. So it's like the storage shed of the cell. And
Okay,
Mrs.
so
Revolusi, would you like to show us where that would be?
on here, there's all these little vacuoles. Here's
Well,
one.
they don't seem very big.
No, they're not very big, and they're not going to be very big for the animal cell is what we're looking at. So you'll find them all over the cell. All these little things all over the cell. These are vacuoles.
Okay, very nice. All right, and the next thing we're going to talk about is...
That's my dog.
Oh, sorry, my bad. The next thing we talk about is the cell membrane. Okay, the cell membrane is, it's kind of like a balloon, but it would be like a balloon that let things in and out of the cell. The cell membrane is just this little area right there on the outside of the cell. And where would that be?
Well, the whole outside part of the cell. So
Okay.
it's pointing here. So basically,
Looks kind of thin to me.
yeah, it is thin. And it's just going to cover the whole cell. It controls what goes in and out of the cell. It's like the passageway.
Yeah, and it's flexible, which is why animal cells sometimes are different shapes, because the cell membrane can kind of mold to fit whatever area it's in. Okay. All right, would you like to show us the next part?
Yes, I would. Let's go ahead and do this one.
Okay.
Ooh,
Ooh,
good one.
mitochondria. Very nice.
That's a big word.
Okay, mitochondria. Okay, those are these things here. Now look closely. Can we have an extreme close-up? They look kind of like angry jelly beans. And that's kind of how mitochondria look. They are the power producers of the cell. This is where sugars are converted into energy for the cell to do all its various functions.
So when you drink, if you drink a Red Bull,
then
you have all the sugar.
That's right. Red
How
Bull.
does it give you energy?
Well, it's converted by the mitochondria
This is what
and gives you some energy right there.
So there's one.
So
Here's another one.
Can you make it angry? Can you make the little line? It's kind of like that. Very good.
And then, well, I can make this one angry over here.
Okay. Okay.
There.
Very nice. I like that.
Okay.
All right. Very good. So the power producer of the cell. Now, last but not least, we have
Ta-da!
cytoplasm. Okay, cytoplasm is all this stuff that's in between. It's kind of like Jell-O. It's the gooey part inside of the cell. That's the liquid that all the other organelles float in. So Where would that be?
Well, it's all of this area.
Mm.
Everything in between the organelles is the cytoplasm. They're all just kind of floating around in here, in this cytoplasm, the liquid. All this is liquid.
Very nice. Now, there are some other organelles that we're not going to talk about, and things like the Golgi bodies and endoplasmin reticulum and, I don't know, all kinds of other things. But we don't need to worry about those. So, what else? What else do we have to do?
Well, you just need to be on the lookout this week
yeah.
for our thrift store finds because I got $20 in my pocket. I think some quarters too. Keep watching.